We have a little spigot right there with a hose, so this is like our emergency setup if we ever need to have somebody in here and they can't get at water. And Repel bug spray. For grins, I tried it. It came right off. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. All right, it is Saturday morning, and we do have a little bit of a surprise from last night, and we'll go take a look. This was one of those, I was up at like 12:30, 12:45, and I saw that her sack had broke. And then woke up at like 1:30. And I was like, oh wait, what time is it? But she had it. This guy right here. Yes, I see you, Mom. He's a good sized fella. And Mom is still kind of a bitch. But we knew that going in. Another solid black. So still pretty cool. Maybe a little, nope, that's hay. Yeah. So she's always a little interesting to deal with, but she keeps having really, really good calves, unfortunately. That's a big calf. Yeah, he's good size. But that is, that's her normal though. She will typically throw a 95 pound, anywhere from 95 to 105 pound calf every year. It doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered what bull we put on him. That's just her MO. That's what she does. So, but he was, after I checked him, he was up in like within 30 minutes, and I'm pretty sure that he's already sucked. And it looks like this front. Not the front right, the front left, the other side. Looks like he got on that one. And then our girl with the bum knee is back here eating. And doing pretty darn nice too. So, yeah, that was good. And then the one from yesterday afternoon, if you guys remember from the last video, she's actually doing really, really well. And they're just kind of chilling out in the middle of the BDA. So we'll get them in the barnyard today. Somehow we'll get them in here. So we just adjusted our border, giving us a little bit more space because we're going to take that one green round bale feeder and put it in there, because we're getting to the point where now we have enough animals in the wolfing shed area that we're going to start keeping some of them in the barn. All right, so we got Mama and her baby up here. She's really, really doing well. Very spunky. You can definitely tell she's been sucking. And we brought the green feeder in here. So that way, you know, once pairs are a couple of days old in their individual pens, then we can maybe start letting them out. It gives us a little wiggle room and flexibility. And we'll come over here and check out these guys. They all seem pretty good. What's up, guys? And this is still really decent. It's still pretty dry. They can go definitely a few more days without getting any kind of extra bedding. All right, so we've been spending the last half an hour waiting for 9:13, and she finally had her calf. It's another heifer. So, okay, I guess. But it's also solid black. With Bruno, everything was chrome except for that one bull. With Factor, it's like almost all, it's like the reverse. It's almost all solid colors. Whatever. She's a nice calf. I mean, she's getting ready to rock and roll here. Just a little surprising. So what we're doing is we got her right here. And she isn't 10 minutes old. But we're filling up a water tank. We're gonna put her in this pen. We have a little spigot right there with a hose, so this is like our emergency setup if we ever need to have somebody in here and they can't get at water. And so everybody's kind of taking up all our spots. She's gonna be just fine. CF is she's a really good mom. And that yeah, that is definitely smaller than her calf last year. I looked it up. 106 pound heifer out of her last year out of Bruno. This that's still probably a solid 95 pound calf. Pushing yeah, that's a good 95 pounder. This one back here, we'll weigh her tomorrow. But I'm guessing she's going to be around 90. Which, honestly, to me, that's a perfect size. Out of a cow, 90 pounds. So I might have mentioned it before. But I need to get the board clean. Because it is now 2025. And we got to start getting who we're going to AI on here and all that good stuff. Took everything off. But what I want to tell you is, well, one, the lines that are left are permanent, which I actually have to remark them because I was a little aggressive with them. So I've used Windex as a cleaner. I've used WD-40 as a cleaner, and it still wasn't coming off. Repel, bug spray. For grins, I tried it. It came right off. As Dad said, if it does that to the whiteboard, you put that on your skin. Think that over for a little bit. Yeah, I'll still use it in the summertime probably, because mosquitoes suck. But yeah, it's all cleaned off, and that was actually pretty crazy. So I sprayed it down with that, got it all scrubbed up, and then cleaned it up nice with the Windex. Hey, good morning. All right, so this morning we're starting out with fire. Had a bunch of cardboard boxes and paper and stuff that's been collecting inside the house, and it needed to go. And this morning, when we started it, it was like zero wind. Like I could barely get the flicker of a match to drift. But now it's picked up a little bit, and it is heading in a good direction, so hopefully this will burn up before it switches. So let's go in the barn. I'm gonna check on calves from yesterday and how everybody's doing. And then we're gonna start getting that BDA set up, putting the water tank back in. Maybe Dad's gonna do a little scraping, stuff like that. Yeah, you don't belong in there. Alright, so we're going to let 10 out because I'm not going to operate with 10 in the pen. Again, I'm not like super worried about her, but she's one of those I'm not going to take any chances with either. There we go. And then you've got little Miss Sore Knee, who's putting weight on it. It's still a little swollen, but seems like it's getting better. And she might need to have a companion, and it'll just depend on who we put back there. Or we just snake a pair out with the other crew. Not sure yet, but for right now, for this morning, everybody's doing okay. And then you got Happy Tail. That's what you like seeing. Just good old Happy Tail. All right, tank is installed. We're gonna fill it up and honestly find out if it still holds water. I'll get it to a spot where it's fairly noticeable and then go from there. We're finding out that this is still very frozen and deeper than we thought it was. This does tend to build up quite a bit, but actually having a halfway normal winter using hay. The hay bed pack builds up a lot faster than nice shredded corn stalks. So partially because you can sift that out so much nicer. All right, Dad did what he could, so we're gonna put a stalk bale in there, and I of course just realized that the water was still running. So it probably ran over a little bit, so I mean it's kind of fitting. All right, good. It didn't overflow. We put this bale feeder in here yesterday, and then overnight we kind of realized that was actually kind of stupid, because we want to back the trailer up here and load up stuff here. Oh, he's waiting for me. I thought he was taking the feeder out first. But what we're gonna do, I need a bale upstairs anyway, so we're gonna take this one, put it upstairs, so I have hay downstairs. So we're not really wasting a lot. It's just a couple extra minutes of work. All right, since it took us like literally 3 hours to get ready to clean the yard, or at least start cleaning the yard, somebody's having some fun. We took a little bit of a lunch break, and now we're back out. I didn't film a whole lot of the sorting of stuff, honestly, because we're just slopping through the mud, which we're gonna hopefully take care of. And these guys are way dirtier than I want them to be anyways. But everybody's pretty chilled out. They spread out their bedding really nice. We did put 2 steers in here, 29, and then that 75 in the back there. For 2 reasons. One, it takes a couple animals out of the main group, because I do want to bring Barb in probably sometime this month, honestly, because she needs to put a little condition on after aborting. I'm sure she was probably a little ill or something from that. And then that'll get her back in shape. Want to make sure that she settles to her AI. But then also it puts a few more animals in the bullpen, and the hope of that is, what we always run into is, boys are boys, so they're just going to sit there and they're going to roughhouse and they're going to fight and all that. So putting a couple more in there to kind of spread the wealth a little bit of that roughhousing is kind of the theory. So hopefully that theory is a good theory. All right, so we think we're going to be able to get a lot of stuff out of here. We're going to hit a point where it's going to be frozen on the bottom. That's fine. But as you can see, Dad's already got about a 2 foot, it's probably 2 feet thick right where he's at right now. And I mean, obviously it's 3/4 bed pack versus a quarter probably actual manure. So this is how we do it. We build up the bed pack. We try to keep them in a dry scenario with bed pack, and then we try and clean it once or twice. Last year was really nice because we were able to clean it multiple times because it was warmer. This winter was a little bit more normal temperature wise. But I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna get it cleaned out.
So I did have to come down and put air in this tire. This is the one we put sealant in, and it's good to go. It's fine. But what's happening is like that little seal with the rubber stem is like, I think it's like dry rotted a little bit. And I still have like half that bottle of the stuff that we put in there. Can't remember if that is that in here. Yeah. So this is the stuff that we put in the other tire. And I was able to just get this at Fleet. I figured I'd just try it. It's not gonna, shouldn't be too bad. Those are honestly like old mobile home tires. They're mobile home axles. Dad was able to find them, and that's what he built the trailer off of. Well, I just got done hauling the 4th load to the pile, and we're making progress, but we got a ways to go. So you can see we've made it up to here now. And Dad knows when he's all the way down there because he can hear the tines rubbing up against the road base that's down there. So we want to stay just above that. So it makes it a little bit tricky. You don't want to dig in too much, but he's doing a really good job. It's coming up actually better than I thought. So we actually are getting it all out, or at least 90% of it. Little update, hauled a couple more loads, and Dad's just getting into where the bulls were, but probably won't get as much out of here. Over here it's like hard as a rock, like up against the feeder. Up there he's able to kind of pick it apart, but it's a rough go. It's a slow go. All right, I think it's been about 2 hours since I recorded something, mostly because my battery is getting really low. But we've hauled 19 of those green trailer loads out of here, and I think like 2 of those trailer loads will fill our H&S 310, about, give or take. The last couple of loads, like 2 or 3 loads, in between I've been filling water, I've been rolling out hay, moved a couple calves around, so we have this open spot. Those 3 calves, the last 3 calves, tomorrow night we're gonna have to tag and weigh and process those guys tomorrow. We are finally done for the day. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. Are these guys a little dirty from the last few weeks? Yeah, they are, but they're gonna spread this stuff out and they're gonna let this all dry up. It's supposed to be literally in the 50s this week. I even thought I saw a 60, but we'll get more bedding in here. This is gonna dry out a little bit, so these guys are gonna be in a really, really nice setup. The BDA is looking really nice with the bulls and those 2 steers. So there's some more camaraderie going on. Boys club over there. But yeah, we are calling it a day. It's the end of the weekend, end of the day. I gotta get in because I gotta, well, one, I want to eat dinner, but two, I gotta do some laundry and some other stuff, and get ready for a fun work week, But I hope you guys like the video. Please hit that thumbs up button as always, and of course, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. I know a bunch of you that are watching may not be subscribed, and it's totally free. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's totally free. I'm not asking you for your money. I'm just asking you for your support of the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Help support the channel. And as always, thanks for coming along.